So greetings, my people. The date is August 1st, Emancipation Day 2024, and this show is for you. I really want to start by saying this show is for you, and more so to say that we want to have a discussion of what freedom looks like. I don't want to take this time to say it's I told you so moment, but more so to have interaction with your whiskey. I see a whiskey, nothing to do upon Emancipation Day. Yeah, to have that conversation. And there usually when I have these lives, there are people always saying, when what them always say, when world boss are free, those trolls. So I want to give them the opportunity to see if they have something to say and just have that conversation. Let me say it from the top of the hour. Those of you who are probably signing on with the intention or hopes that you're gonna see vibes, cartel, and all of that, not gonna happen on this day. We're talking generally what happened yesterday. Want to hear your thoughts, your reaction to everything that happened, everything that took place. And like I said, this show is definitely for you, for the people, from the people. Yes, something like that. And we have a discussion on the Constitution. Bob Marley did say, "Emancipate yourself from mental slavery." He took it from Marcus Garvey, obviously, but why am I saying that? This show, Context Matters, is talking about emancipating yourself from slavery. Why is that significant? Certainly to me, because what I have discovered is you can there's no feeling like being free. I quote in a song. I won't tell you which song. When your mind's made up and your heart is in the right place, um, that sense of freedom is very few people experience what it is to be free. Um, and thanks so much for all the congratulations and all of that. I really appreciate you. For those of you who are tuned into Reggae Global Radio, where Context Matters originates from. If you're watching from Reggae Global TV, I want to say a special Emancipation Day greetings to you. For the people on YouTube who is here, and I'm seeing the positive messages. Corinne Griffiths, Nerine Dennison, big up to all the persons. Lofane Brown, I'm seeing you, and I'm just calling the names and acknowledging as I see. Yeah, we're gonna have that conversation. There, even though there is no feeling like being free, one wonders. I know what the dome is, but it's better to be free smart than free dumb, right? Because it would be dumb of you to think that as we're discussing emancipation, and then you notice they separate emancipation from independence, because it's one thing to be free, but believe me, if you are not independent, self-sufficient, and self-reliant, you're still in prison. And there is the difference between what logic is. In this show is about critical thinking. This show is about understanding, so that when people talk and talk, we do say, mouth make for talk. And like the Baroness says, at the Baroness Scotland said, at the end of the day, it's chat and nothing else. Um, this is about learning to drown out the naysayers, believing in self, anchoring your life on God, and finding freedom. It is a process to work towards, trying to get to a place where you can access freedom. And the context of which I am saying this is, ironically, this year, 2024, there was a mission from the government and the Ministry of led by Marlene Malahou, Ministry of Constitutional Affairs, for Jamaica to become a republic. The idea and concept, after 60 odd years of independence, we're saying, but we want to be free from the king, because the king own we, and all of these things, and the irony behind all of that. So we want to have that discussion. I'm going to open the lines very early, and we have that conversation. But that is what the show is about today, and as well as your thoughts, your ideas, and we just vibing. It's one of those days where the court is now closed. So if you are working in the legal profession, you're so glad the court lock, so you can take a breather. And what a way for that to happen. We had Freedom Day yesterday for Vibes Cartel, Adidja Palmer, Sean Storm, and Andre St. John, Kahira Jones. Your time soon come. God on time remain the mantra, especially when dealing with your other matter. No person shall be left behind. That is the rule. And yeah, we'll have that discussion. So as we
Right, it's all in life. Gotta keep your head up and keep it straight. No time for living a lie. Gotta keep it moving till you get it right. That's right, it's all in life. Gotta keep your head up and keep it straight. No time to be living a lie. You can make it if you try. No, I heard them say life much better you live it your own way.
All right, so let me just set the stage for this conversation about freedom. So somebody said to me, a friend of mine said to me, I've been watching your show from it started in January, and I think for you, what you need to do is to put on a suit, put on your tie, and look like the guy up there, so in the suit and tie, and look like a lawyer, because when you're talking, you sound intelligent. So why you have on all of this Adidas gear, and why you look like you're culturally appropriating, whatever that means. But I stopped for a minute and I said, this is advice from somebody who is trying to restrict me, kind of like stupid school rules about how you're supposed to wear your hair and how you're supposed to dress, style of dress, and not think about the content in one's brain or whether or not. And after processing it, I said, this is a perfect example of freedom, and freedom of expression. And somebody will say, yeah, but why you look like you're in the Run DMC rapper kind of vibe, and you're dressing like the Americans, and not trying to get in your culture? Why you're not trying to be a lawyer or whatever? And it dawned on me, if this is my show, I should be able to be how I am when I'm comfortable, what it is that in terms of I am trying to express with myself, including the very famous God ring that made its debut yesterday in the Jamaican Court of Appeal. And you know what I say? We say, oh, anyway, let me behave myself, because unlike in England, who don't take things as serious, they're a little bit, it's a little bit different culturally, because we're less free in the Jamaican space. But we're working on it. We're working on it, and that's pretty much what it is. When you see somebody, the stereotypes are things we have to get away from. It doesn't the fabric of existence and identity is tied to freedom. That's why they call it freedom of expression. Your expression is a part of freeness of your freedom. Now, we've heard from, let me give you the timeline. To me, the timeline starts at, boy, I should have given a long timeline, but the judgment is not out yet. But we're speaking about freedom in the context of the Vibes Cartel case, and shout out to all the unnamed persons who wish to be unnamed, who was instrumental in the fight against the state to regain the freedom. And why the unnamed is not only lawyers, the spiritual workers, in terms of the prayers are up night and day, individual families who decide that they're going to pray for you, because they know that what you're facing, your family, my friends, families, internet families, the energy about God and time, saying special thank you to that. Why are these things important? And then the lawyers who from the outside, who from here and there, even a question. If you're in the court benches and they have they tell you one thing that assists you, the judges, just people, even the people who, by virtue of making an effort not to assist you, as cause to assist you, you also have to thank them. And then the legal team now, the legal team, the ones who were there before I was an attorney, we don't count them out. Senator Tom Tavares, the original lawyer who started this all for Vibes Cartel, because there were many more. Shout out to um, Tamika Harris, who at the time was the lone female at the court of first instance. And if you look at her objections, she was she was a very stalwart. I'm giving her personal recognitions because when the baton passed, I can tell you there were some strong female lawyers all the time. From so we would have said from Tamika Harris to Valerie, the Bianca Samuels, the Linda Hudsons, to the face we see Miss Alessandra Labiche, young female who makes her contribution and is passionate about the law. Why am I talking about them? Well, it's important to note that every single thing that everybody did came into a confluence, a compendulum of a chain reaction. If you know a causation, you know that but for the actions of so and so. And boy, if we ever want to say me chat too much, I want to tell you something. I learned from the best. Big up Mr. Bert Samuels, because nobody can shut up Mr. Bert Samuels because he put in the work, and I learned it from him. I learned it that you must speak out. It matters not if you are King's Counselor or whatever. And Mr. Bert Samuels, he rejects the King's Counsel, Queen's Counsel, and he makes it clear that, listen, as a black man, know thyself as a black man and stand up for yourself. And when even when people are against you, you go against the grain. And that's what he did when he called me, Isaac, to the bar, when he was very instrumental in ensuring that I was called to the bar and called me to the bar. Need you guys to know how important and significant that is. So I don't, as like with all things, I don't sit down and follow what the internet sensationalism does in terms of creating rift and strive between people, because I can tell you behind the scenes, you'd be surprised who your real enemies are. And at the end of the day, it ain't the lawyers who are on the team. But anyway, we don't have to get into all of that. But to say that teamwork make the dream work. And if it is a relay, the buttons were being passed. And if the starting leg don't do what they're doing, and the people in the middle don't do what they're doing to bring it together, it's not gonna happen. But so I'm laying that foundation to let you know that from the objections at the lower end, and it was said when they were in the chambers and that jury tampering was going on, and the jury was tainted, in such a way that one wonders it could be tainted one way or the other way, but without any investigation and everybody cloaked in the presumption of innocence. Let us not investigate further, because if the authorities never do it, that's not our job to do. But what is clear is there were two significant objections, one from Tom Tavares Finson, one from Pierre Rogers. And they said, we cannot continue. But if you go in the court of public opinion, you hear from the persons on the internet, the internet lawyers who get up and say, well, yeah, the lawyer, them and everybody agree. And now them a come back and I said them no agree. Well, the court made it clear as they delivered the judgment yesterday that from the inception, the defense says we can't continue. There's something fundamentally wrong. And why is fundamental? The fairness. And it affects liberty. And what is liberty? Your freedom. That is it. Anything that's going to affect your freedom has to be fairness. it has to be my favorite PLO. I see you, you know, but things going so fast and I'm multitasking and boy, I don't know if I eat too much KFC or I haven't had enough KFC, but the energy, chewy, 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 chewy. Yeah, you see what I'm saying? The energy is kind of like, hold on, let me make sure I get this right so they know what I'm talking about. The
energy is kind of I'm feeling mad right now because Barabbas is free. I don't know what I'm gonna do because Barabbas is free.
Yeah. Anyway, so the energy. Oh, so remember I tell you about the compendium and the people who come together. Let me tell you something. The person who deserves the biggest award is Sir P. I mean, he started the sensationalism and to ensure that the people did not understand what the seminal issues were and caused the court to be so concerned to ensure that they educate the public because of one would have thought it was a miseducation of Lauryn Hill, but boy, it is actually the miseducation of, you know. Anyway, we'll leave that. Going back to what I was saying now is having run the race, the battle, and you can tell that my ADD kicking in. It's a holiday. Court closed, so my brain shut down. But we're having these conversations. And before I open the line, you know how it is. So this running the race now, and those objections, how significant they were, it caused us to be at the Court of Appeal. And naturally, the changing of the guard. Court trial lawyers at first instance, some of them returned at the Court of Appeal. And that's usually how it go. The internet curse and you're expect to do what Jesus did or Moses part the Red Sea. And, you know, even if you're right and even if you're confident, something you must remember, you're fighting a system, you know, government system, government badness. And if one thing the internet is right about, you can't beat the system, you can't fight the system, you're wasting your time. But let's just make something clear. From the beginning, in the beginning was the word, and the word was unfairness, can't continue, no gambling around here, that kind of vibe from day one. And they said, no, we're gonna gamble, we can't do this over, can't waste no time. This is a high profile case. It's a career changing case. If we win, we'll certainly, our careers will change. So people, the interests of justice was being tainted by a lot of, anyway, let me just say what I'm saying. So the defense was right from day one. It's no issue where that is concerned. And speaking as reviewing the law and looking at the issue. And I always tell you, I was a student. This is how slow justice is in Jamaica. I'm going to tell you about the multitude of students who ended this matter who became lawyers, and it takes 5 years to become a lawyer. And you can see that it's today, we're in August, basically 13 years has passed. So that's almost 3 complete cycles of new attorneys that would be coming out. But anyway, would be graduating from law school, assuming that you can pass ethics and actually have substance.
Unknown caller.
Them kind of things there. You get what I'm saying? If you pass ethics, then you become a lawyer. It's a little bit much harder now these days. So I hear. Anyway, why this sound like somebody gonna tell me they're hearing something happening, don't? All right, yes, I think I fix it quick enough so nobody gonna say, hey, I'm hearing these things. All right, yeah. So anyway, let me go back and say that. So this 5 cycle thing. So I'm in law school. No, not do ever reach law school yet. Just there UA and thing, and the case happened, and man said, wow, you know, right on Facebook, thanks to this jury tampering, is this gonna free cartel? People say, boy, what did a madman here? Now you don't even know how you're gonna get on case or if you're gonna even be a lawyer because you have your own issues. Anyway, jury paper written, in 2015, I think, independent research paper about the jury system and how broken it is and the things that we need to fix it, notwithstanding that you don't want to eradicate it, because you'd rather be tried by 12 at the time, but it's probably down to 7 or 5, or than be tried by 1. Whew, do I need to tell you? Anyway, so fast forward, changing of the guard, Court of Appeal, Big Bad Bird Samuel say, youth, teach you a thing. With upon Sean Campbell, show you how to be bright and right. B. Samuels and B. Samuels, we're going to do this. So Bert and Bianca. If you don't know by now, Bianca Samuels is the daughter of Bert Samuels with a brain capacity and function. It's like when iPhone make iPhone 3 and then they are at iPhone 15. So Bert is iPhone 3 and then Bianca come, boom, big and bad iPhone 15, serious upgrade. So you know how that go. And he's proud to say it. So I'm not styling Bert, but I'm proud of him daughter. We are proud of her because I can tell you this. Bright, brain box. Happy to say that. Anyway, so new team, Bert is out. Bert is saying, yo, constitutional. Him say, youth. You can't do law unless you read this. And if you don't believe me, see it there, his words, his signature, his writing to ISAT. The pleasure is mine to give you guidance. And it says, Bert Samuels. And lo and behold, the 1st of July, 2017. No, 2018, my bad. The signature. Anyway, is a lawyer, so sometimes you can't read lawyer handwriting because I really can't write. So if I'm wrong, at either 2018 or 19, one of them, but the Constitution. Anyway, so right there and then we're going through the Constitution, reading the Constitution religiously, doing that, blah, 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 making use of it, how to incorporate Constitution into criminal law. Very difficult because in a culture where them say, yo, you're a criminal, you know, no rights, you're not getting anything there. Anyway, we identify the jury issues. Justice McDonald Bishop has had a judgment about it. Dennis something or Grant or something. And she set out perfectly when there's jury tampering, when there's an issue, how to do the investigation, how to do the inquiry, but how our justice systems work is that at the Court of Appeal, at the Supreme Court level, if the judges of the Supreme Court write separate judgment, they don't have to follow it. When you go to Court of Appeal, they too can write separate judges. The judgment, the hierarchy don't have to follow. Precedent is really from the apex court. That is the Privy Council, but I call it the apex court, highest court in the land, even if it's not in the land. And there was some disparity. So from day one, we knew it was a jury. They said no because, money is an issue in Jamaica. You can't just waste money because it's taxpayers' money. So the purpose of why they didn't want to do it was because of the money. Anyway, fast forward, I can tell you, I found myself standing in the Court of Appeal 6 months at the bar. And Miss Valerie Nita, remember I tell you about those females. But if you don't know about Valerie Nita, she was also Vibes Cartel lawyer, and way before I was getting trashed on the internet, she had her share of that. When the verdict doesn't come out the way it's supposed to be, they cuss you and want to deal with you like you're an idiot lawyer. But she's far from that, and she empowers you. She does all of that. And even though she was off the case, even for the retrial, she says, hey, I said, here's a book. You need to read it. This is what you need to do. And everybody right through her, she has a team, Dr. Jackson, Mr. Robert Fletcher, many other persons. But I call those three because, they're the older lawyers and they give you guidance and you don't have to pay for it. And if you know how freeing is nice, ain't not like free KFC. Anyway, and so the guidance is there. And we had a meeting after they came, after the prosecutor, oh my God, let me behave myself. After the prosecutor submitted and said, oh, not dead and no evidence tampering, whatever. I said, but yeah, I read 100 million volumes. This is this and this. He was at the hospital. Tom pointed out. Tom objected and everything. Tom drunk, but Tom no fool. Him object because him even one at a time him said to the judge, yo, I make the law. You go read it. Big and bad. Tom said that. If me did ever say that, they would have disbar me. Anyway, it's nice to be brown or half white. Anyway, so Tom did everything, and as a lawmaker, I'm saying, go do this. So we're saying Tom says, and Valerie says, you know what? Stand up. You stand up as young counsel. You're back, broad. You're gonna address this court, and we're going back to court tomorrow, and you're gonna stand up. Nervous as ever. Ironically, that day, Alexandra Labiche was doing her court reporting, and she was there for that day. And let me tell you something. 6 months at the bar, and I get the opportunity to address the Jamaican Court of Appeal. I'm thinking this is when you're in law school and it says, if you're bright and you get into a nice law firm and you cut your rasta because they don't like those things, and you cut your dread because you have to have vagina face or derriere face, no hair on your face. It must be Brazilian wax. And if you do that and you'll be a little you're a little dainty enough to walk up and down in the to be uptown, you can go in one of those conventional firms and things. And Bird say, yo, black man, do your thing. And you get empowered and they empower you. And I'm 6 months at the bar and I didn't have to wait 10 years to argue in the Court of Appeal, but arguing with some big juggernauts, king's councils and all of that. And then you do your thing and it have the court pausing because they're in a dilemma. Evidence tampering, it's there. Jury tampering, fresh evidence, everything. I must tell you this. Can you believe the transcript was prepared and they never had a volume 10? But that not get past Bert Samuels. Bert Samuels say, yo, we need volume 10. And in volume 10 enters probably right now my favorite person in the world who was saying, what? We must go on. We have to gamble. It's a gamble. Let's go on. Yeah. And that volume 10 was what I call volume 10 became paragraph 238. You will hear more about that from Vibes Cartel himself. And lo and behold, the dates are significant too because convicted April 3rd, 2014 or 14, and appeal upheld 6 years later, April 3rd, 2020, and the fight don't stop. And right there and then, in come England, passing the baton. So you have so just like a relay, court, Supreme Court, Court of Appeal, and then we pass the baton. New lawyers now. So I went from Sean Campbell to Adidja Palmer and Sean Campbell, and enters John Clark, Alexandra Labiche, Isa Buchanan, the new attorneys now. And in comes the war and the fight. Because now you're having the case for the person who, is not the favorite in Jamaica. And you see it going around from one government to the next. Uptown just don't like this man. And Ghetto Youth unstoppable. And they're too cocky for corporate. They're menace to society. You get it all. Anyway, this is some serious story time to tell you about freedom. We're now at the case of the conditional leave. So we get all the new things. We have the new lawyers. We have Hugh Sauty. We have David Hislop. And we have Julian Mullins. If you Google these people and you look and you see, top tier lawyers in England, some of them are judges in the Caribbean. They sit, king's councils who sit as judges in the Caribbean. Because, the Caribbean's small and we are just third world countries. And so the big lawyers in England can sit as judges in the little countries and send people to prison or keep them. And Julian Mullins would be like, I'm not sending to prison. Oh, rubbish. Anyway, so a different culture of law. So you actually realize that one, they're not wearing the wigs, they're not wearing the robes. They've done away because they understand that the archaic behavior um, has changed and they have moved away to it because they like freedom, freeness. Anyway, dealing with the London lawyers, they have no clue, zero clue about the Constitution because England does have a written Constitution. So right there and then you can see what the cultural difference is. Who lives it knows it. And if you don't know how to exercise empathy, compassion, understanding, you can't begin to even try to walk a mile in somebody's shoes. Nobody knows what it is to be Jamaican unless you're Jamaican. You cannot know. You hear me? And you are, it has to be in your blood. You have to be born and you have to be in here. So it's almost like don't think that, so people can love the culture and there can be cultural appropriation, but just something in you just make you know, say once you're Jamaican, nobody can bright themselves with you because nobody know more than you, and you feel that inside of you, and you just live it that way. It's your innate ability. So they can't trick you. If you're Jamaican, you feel that you're Jamaican. I'm just making that clear. So anyway, you can identify the cultural differences, and when they speak to you, they know what is important, and you have to know what is important. But saying, away with Jamaica, we'll just make the application in England because Jamaica clearly they're not trying to sure for sure he was the I'm speaking about David Hislop. He he certainly made sure, or he certainly ensured that people would definitely. He says, listen, man, Isa, you know a lot about the case. I like how you're vibing. He's writing letters to the DPP. He's saying, this is how this works, disclosure. And he was matching my energy. And he was gassing me up too, except him white and me black. I get some good gas up. But anyway, let me not stop before. But him gassed me up. Yeah, and him saying, this is how you do it. This is how we do it in England. Somebody said, this is how we do it in England. Why are they so slow in Jamaica? Gas me up, Have me telling people, oh, you're so shady and dodgy and acting as authors of delay and talking like I'm a good Englishman. That's why when you say grown folks' business, leave it alone, because they did radam me in the GLC. I was like, shut up your mouth, you little rasta nigga. I'm gonna deal with you good and proper. You're suspended. Don't do it again. You are reprimanded. How dare you say the DPP is breaching constitutional rights? Out of order. I was like, David, what happened? He's like, oh, that's what's happening down there. That little year you guys are spatting. Nonsense. And then you have Julian coming. Why are they squabbling over that in law, And they would sound like, anyway, leave it at that. Let me just go further to say, Lord, I just wanted the phone. Then we realized that the phone was really, really, really tampered with and all of that. But we did the application in Jamaica before Justice Brooks, Justice McDonald Bishop, and Justice Straw. And they granted leave because, as I said, paragraph 238 was significant. So, first victory, leave granted in Jamaica by the very judge who denied the appeal. And Justice Brooks said, it is unfair to me because you guys never set out and incorporate the Constitution in the way that you're saying it now. the Constitution was young. That's the constitutional aspect of it. But even the jury aspect of it, the way how they approach, and so there were issues to be revisited. And the judge himself. So I'm making it clear that that's why you know that justice works, and that's why advocacy is important, and different voices, and the need to continuously re-examining the issues, because it's not to say courts got it wrong. It's to say that you have to look at things from a different perspective. Deion Jackson says all angles. Isaac says context matters. Put things in proper context. So here we are off to England, and we had other applications, and the Privy Council was like, all this work. Can't you see that the jury issue is a problem? So they deny all the other applications so we could get on with it. Anyway, fast forward. Thing take long. Phone take long. Delay. Can't get no agreement. SFI can't do because some people not agreeing because they don't like lawyers. This application expedited. Privy Council said we're ready. We are concerned. Here is the date. Here you have some dates in December. A particular date, December 6th is available. Ironman get suspended on December 6th. How ironic. Anyway, God always is the designer, the master, the author of the book of the case that I'm talking about. And lo and behold, fast forward to February, and we're before the Privy Council. All the fancy things that happened, the Privy Council was very impatient because they knew the conviction was quashed by just taking one look at it, and they just deal with one issue, said it was quashed, sent it back, and it went right back to the court. Naturally, we found ourselves, or we find out immediately that the I can see the internet, and it's Starlink, it must be raining outside. But anyway, immediately we realized that we have to deal with this. Yeah, lightning and thunder. Anyway, yeah, the immediately we discovered, or immediately we understood that there's no way this case could be retried. In fact, it was entertainment when it was announced that they wanted a retrial, notwithstanding it is a consideration. But it was an opportunity for the jurisprudence. So that's where the baton was passed, and you had at the last leg, four of the youngest set of attorneys, no King's Counsels, no senior attorneys, dealing with the matters. Senior at the bar, yeah, John Clark, senior at the bar. Intelligence matched at every level, and in enters Mr. Iqbal Chevaria. Anyway, that aside, that being said, we then embarked on the retrial issue, and I can tell you that's when it really got nice, because you had all of the village law coming out saying there is no way. Yeah, I am aware that the internet is being a little bit evasive, because I'm probably talking too much, but that's what the show is about. And right there and then, we dealt with the issues, and the the panel, Justice McDonald Bishop, who is now the president of the Court of Appeal, Miss Claudette Thompson, and it was a combative fight between publicity, constitutional breaches, Jamaican space on the internet? Is it a true reflection of what's happening on the ground? So when the Prime Minister says, don't follow fake news and don't be misguided by agendas that's being pushed, when somebody an idiot or this or that, you just simply do have to believe, because let the work speak for itself. Let the evidence do its job. Let procedure do its job. Let justice and respect for the Constitution be the marker, be the starting point of how you make proper assessment of what is going on. But what then happens? No, it's rain, Andrea. We rain is falling outside, like beryl is outside. It even sound like hail or drop. I wonder if me need to pull out the old mattress and put on top of my glass top vehicle to make sure say it no mash issues that came up with this case, and in terms of what it did for the assassination of character, the allegations of lack of integrity, the yeah, man, the signal is switched to the local networks, and we'll see what will happen in light of the rain falling. Um, so I'm now off the Starlink, and we'll see if the local networks has any worth. If witness for myself, especially when I sacrificed going on tour with my dad for it, and he's not mad about it because he would not have wanted me to. Um, so that them pop people them show me some good love. Um, and in all of that, I was like, yo, I want some KFC. And then people's like, you carry your KFC, slack this, go a road, the big public space. But it is what it is. You just have to be yourself and speak the truth. And so that is what it is. The freedom to be yourself um, in all spaces so people know who you are and notwithstanding what people think about you because you are yourself, remaining humble, going around with humility and not represent who people think you are, but just being yourself so that people understand why you guys come to Context Matters every week to vibe and just have a lot of fun and listen to satire, rhetoric, all of that. Everything, sarcasm, and all the literary tools that we use as teach one. And as long as the internet holds up, we'll have that conversation. So I'm gonna just keep in mind that we're gonna be speaking about what freedom feels like to you. What do you think about the judgment? And let me just use the 7 minutes to say this. When Justice McDonald Bishop and she thanked the judicial clerks, who were some really judicial clerks. You have to bright for to be a judicial clerk. So these persons who get the honor of working closely with the judges, doing the research, putting the thoughts and ideas of the judges together. So judges are like senior counsel to the judicial clerks, but they're like real little baby judges who are superior to the lawyers that walk around, and then you can see it. And so you have like a Miss Law that worked there, and just all the bright people that when you saw them in school, they were bright. And kudos because they do the research and they put it together, and the court giving them recognition it was the most beautiful thing because they were young people. It's young people time, time come for young people, and the court is really putting a stamp on appreciating how the minds of the modern day lawyer works, giving them the space to express themselves and contribute. Because believe me, in no time, the next generation, that's why time come, because governance is gonna change, law is changing, the changing of the guard is ripe. Believe me, that's why we were kept saying God on time, because nothing comes before his time. It's in his time, and time come now for that change. So many things happening in the space. And so I want to start there because when McDonald Bishop started, and if you are listening, you would have heard her. And she says, there is no doubt in my mind the seriousness and prevalence of the offense. This case was horrible because it had all the features of every single thing that was wrong in Jamaica. Sound very, very powerful when you listen to it. Every single thing, have conversations about illegal firearm, conversation about donship, conversations about just everything that is just wrong. And she's saying, tampering with evidence and crime scene and allegedly. All of this is allegedly. So it sounds so bad on paper, but notwithstanding that, you have to balance the scales of justice, and that's why justice is blind. And when people are putting you through the justice system to take your resources that you could otherwise help your family with, and in the fight for freedom, what are the compendium, the confluence of issues that come together to rebut the presumption that the seriousness of the offense would mean in the interest of justice a case would be retried. And they expanded the Dennis Reed factors in such a way, because sometimes some of the Dennis Reed factors, they never come up, and they are not applicable to all cases. And she's set a precedent, the court set a precedent that the circumstances in each case may give rise to factors not even contemplated before the court, and how the court should go about to identify it, while the young attorneys or the attorneys who are there is able to identify the issues and factors that will become the confluence of the factors. And I really love how the court, even though we don't see the judgment yet, says, oh, we're not convinced about the publicity. Because you're not going to put us in a corner to say that the publicity would prevent us from retrying the matters, because there are safeguards that a judge can deploy. It is the judge's failure to deploy it, or if the new judge is to deploy it, the delay that it would take. Because one of the things to deploy it is to put off the trial as long as possible to get all the hype out of the minds of the people. I would submit to you all that the minds of the people would never have come off this case as long as it was going on. And even for me, I wondered, what will the bloggers who spent the last couple of years speaking about in relation to this case, what will they do now? Well, I promise you this. See, because Jamaica is not a real place, you will have so much to do. You will never, the topics will always be there, and something new would happen, because Jamaica is Netflix on steroids, believe me. So you guys will be fine, and you guys will agree to disagree, and it's entertainment. It's all love. The criticisms, good or bad, is something that is important, and that's what I love about freedom. Because some people strong and wrong. But then when I heard how Judge Brown, if you look in the American space, when I hear how he talks about the new the vice president who is now running for president of the United States as a female who is not white. Let me leave it at that. And how he spoke about her. Freedom of expression in America is freedom of speech. And boy, I tell you, they can just say anything. And it was like, wow. And so there that is that. Wonders never cease. The questions on TikTok, they just know from, it used to be, when is cartel free? When is cartel free? I know the journalists asking new questions. I don't know the answers to those questions. Big thing. Big thing. Anyway, loving it. So we are at the top of the hour. Happy to say that. And when we return from that 5-minute break that we're supposed to have, I'm going to open the line. I'm going to ask you what freedom means to you, and just what is your thoughts about yesterday, how you feel about it. Did you feel a sense of justice restored, hope for Jamaica, and whether or not even the least among us, whether we can get the type of justice, and are the eyes open? Do you want to know more about law? How do you feel? And you're free to ask the questions, and free to tell me how you're gonna send KFC for me. Respect to those who use 7 Crave and all of those things to order up the KFC for me. Several families were fed from the 6 pieces of chicken that y'all sent. Big up Pardon Draw TV and the accountants who decide that it was necessary to celebrate with multiple streams of KFC. I really love you. The internet is something else. I know why people go on the internet and just put them business out there. Because, the help is out there. The someone says, send me some money gun and some lion and things. Sat there, come and thing, and go market so I can cook. And you can get to be on the internet and just say, me who can cook, say, yeah, just send me some money for buy some market thing. I want to buy some banana and some scallion and some time. So I can, and some Excelsior water crackers, so I can cook some steam fish. But yeah, we have to set up the gifts so we can get for buy them things there. I go cash out. I go cash out Saturday morning and go down a Carnation Market bright and early so I can cook my pot and buy up my steam fish and my snapper them and cook down with my okra and some can make my steam fish and my water crackers with some dumpling, yeah, and some yam out of Trilana and some banana and some sweet potato, you know, real ital thing, and then the veggie chunks, yeah, 3 more money gone for the veggie chunks and for the lobster you send me the universe and the big lion them. No meow thing. No pussyfooting around here. You see me? The real lion them. Anyway, let me stop that. Look, YouTube is like, what? Reggae Global is like, what's happening to ISAT? But yeah, that's why we're here to create. So you do get the point. And we're at the top of the hour. So let's deal with that right now. Yeah, I just took 2 minutes to just totally just, yeah, you get it.
Right. It's all in life. Gotta keep your head up and keep it straight. No time for living a lie. Gotta keep it moving till you get it right. That's right. It's all in life. Gotta keep your head up and keep it straight. No time to be living a lie. You can make it if you try. No, I've heard them say life much better you live it your own way.
Aha. Yeah. So yeah, we're gonna resume when Reggae Global does its ads and stuff like that at 5:05. We'll be live again. But I must tell you this, you know, can you believe that there are so many things going on? And I pause to say this. This week was very eventful. There was some lumber disputes in Quick Step. Like why I wonder, like, can you imagine you be in Jamaica where everything is slow? If you want to do something in Jamaica, it's slow. Oh my God. If you always feel like, yo, if you want KFC, the lines are long. Everything is slow. And there's a place in Jamaica called Quick Step. I just learned that this week that there was somewhere called Quick Step. So when conflict arise, you just try to get the knowledge from the conflict. That is so important. So the place is called Quick Step, cockpit country kind of thing. Some say it's not Maroon land, but Maroon people are there. It's their land, Maroon. So there's a big conversation about the 1738 treaty. And if you know anything about it, just think in the family. The fact is this: you cannot give away what is not yours unless you're a scammer. You cannot give away what is not yours unless you're a scammer. So you can't proceed to give somebody Norman Manley International Airport if it's not yours to give. You cannot sell something. Like I took up the paper and I just saw randomly, man get 2 years for selling a rent-a-car. But can you imagine buying a rent-a-car from somebody? Because you'd think if you're buying a car, um, the person would have to have the title for the car, and you would get your mechanic and you would check out whether the car is real. So it's kind of like, I don't know how people can call you and tell you that you win $30 million and just send $20,000 and you get the 30 million and you get up and do it. Unless you're lonely, unless you just want to get up and do something. I don't know. But anyway, you can't give away what's not yours. Why am I raising this is the 1738 treaty, Jamaica as it is situated, the Spaniards were here, the Taínos was here, all kind of people was here. A whole heap of slavery was going on, and with that came a whole heap of abuse and inhumane treatment of certainly black people who were stolen from Africa, like Buffalo Soldiers in the Heart of America, or something like that. That song sounds something like that. Anyway, um, fast forward to now, there's this guy called Chief Curry, um, and he has knowledge, wisdom, and understanding, and he says, "Let me lead my people." You know, modern day national hero kind of thing, Marcus Garvey kind of thing, and he's saying, "But the treaty says this: I'm a descendant of Kojo. My people need liberation, and we own stuff." Kind of like we as black people haven't been able to unlock some of the potential and the knowledge in us, and identifying and know that the God in us can let us do superior things. But you only know these things when you just get up one day and hear about some Kishane Thompson, who about to look like him gonna reach that 9.57 this year, while the fastest man in America wondering, why did I date a Jamaican woman? And then she responds, so you could get some of that Jamaicanness. Because if you're not Jamaican, the closest thing you can get to being a Jamaican is to date a Jamaican. That's why we have 90-day fiance. Anyway, let me leave that alone. So that's the unlocking the extraordinary stuff. You see the freedom to speak about all of that. Anyway, that aside, there's this big war between government and the Maroons about land, and the issue is land. It is to be addressed sometime, and we just need to appreciate that, respecting the rights of the people, giving effect to the rights of people, that's always the fight. So sometimes people will say you're opposing, but sometimes you have to oppose to get your rights back. And that's why civil rights movement, the Malcolm X, the Martin Luther King, Rosa Parks, the things that they fought for that we now take for granted, like sitting in a bus at the front or the back, we now say we don't take bus. Who does that? You know what I'm saying? Being able to use the same bathroom as white people. Now man wants to say them a woman and want to use the female bathroom as trans and whatever. It's just a freedom to do whatever. But all I'm saying is we take for granted a lot of things. And it's about the freedom of choice, even the freedom to take for granted a lot of things. And the conversation goes right there, because when it is that we don't know our rights, like in the Jamaican space, the concept of adverse possession, your family has been on a lot in the ghetto. I mean, addressing that for years and years and years and years and years, and you just get big one day and you just say, yo, man, go build up a house over in the corner there, and mama give me the corner there. Because mama is the grandson of Pupa. And Pupa did have 7 sons, and him give Muma that piece there, and she split up the piece. And 40 generations have passed. And then people really come call you squatter when we have government agencies that's supposed to say, listen, Muma and Pupa depend on the land, here is your title to the land. You may know you can't read and write, but your name is on it. And facilitate land ownership so people can have a sense of that. Yeah, I know I'm having network issues, but I'm doing my best. All right. Talk to Elon Musk. It's his Starlink, but the disclaimer did say when it's raining out, when it's cold outside, you won't get no internet access, but wait until tonight. And it's still early. That's probably why. Anyway, not going to talk too much about it, but to say that we must revisit collectively where the rights are, who you are. You may very well be saying, why are these people fighting and what are these people talking about? But if you know yourself, you may very well find yourself in a situation where you will be put in a situation to, yeah, well, where you will be in a situation to be in a get the help when you don't have it. I would just leave it at that. But in this emancipation and this independence, there's just a lot of things that we have to revisit when it comes to that. And I'll just leave it at that. But there's many things in the space that looks like rights, and You identify where you see it. And remember how the Constitution is situated. And I just want to make this clear is although you may think, although you identify that your rights are violated, the government can say it's demonstrably justifiable to do it. So it's one thing to have rights. It's another thing to know that rights are not absolute. And we'll be talking about that. So that's why I raise it, is that when somebody says I have rights, there has to be an inquiry as to whether or not there are rights. And I think that is what is important in that. So that's what the freedom to have those conversations is about. So I'm going to open the lines. You feel free to call and we have the conversation. Pretty much. That's where we at. Good. Let me put up the banner so you can see you see the number. People on TikTok, you don't know the number, so I'm gonna say it's 832-2205. You can call in on the line 876-832-2205. And if you're on Reggae Global Radio, the number is 876-832-2205. Call me and tell me how you're feeling about freedom. I remember context matters. So when I say something, please don't take it out of context. Just try to critically assess situation, and wherever you fall, you have the freedom to fall where you are, and the freedom. Hello, good day, caller. How you doing? Hello, hello, hello.
Hey.
Yes,
Hello.
yes. How you doing?
Good.
All right, and your name is?
Brian.
All right, how you doing, Brian? Talk to me.
I'm doing good.
All right, so you're on Context Matters. Are you calling about the show or you're inquiring about something else?
I just question. You guys be suing for his condition, everything I was treated along the line?
You're saying if what? Could you repeat? Because I didn't hear you.
If you guys will be legal action for, he lived all those years and condition now.
Well, that's something to be revisited after. At this point, as it is now, we are just happy that he certainly is free, and we take it one day at a time. As he does his health assessment, we'll have conversations about that very after that, and that's where we are now. All right.
Hey, okay.
Yeah, man.
A good one. God bless.
All right. Thanks for calling. Take care.
Bye-bye.
Yes, call. So that's what that is. Oh, for the people on TikTok, that's why you're supposed to be on YouTube. My people on YouTube, you heard the caller clearly?
Unknown.
Yes, hello? Oh no, not gonna do that tonight. Yeah, hello?
Yes, evening, man.
Yeah, what's up?
Yeah, I just want commend you and your success.
Oh, thank you. And your name is?
My name is Howard, man.
Are you calling from where, Howard?
East Kingston, Rockford.
Oh, blessings. Appreciate you. What's your thoughts and take on freedom? How you feeling about Emancipation Day?
Well, it's something that I have high regard for, because after what all people have been through,
Yes.
Black people, 1938, themselves freedom. So it was a struggle for real, and what we're doing this time is that like today, people really, Black people especially, try to understand, how important it is, today is to all of us.
Yes.
I understand from where we're coming from. And in addition to that, I have a problem, but I'm sure really.
Mm-hmm.
In the United States, there was a lot of struggle there in the 60s as it relates to, the Black consciousness movement.
Yes.
And many persons in the United States have benefited from that significantly. You talk about Rosa Parks, Martin Luther King,
Mm-hmm.
just a few.
Yes.
Now, what I find is that, is that persons, black people, are in their comfort zone, and they, many of them is not continuing the struggle, where I think they're supposed to be. They are not continuing because they're in the comfort zone, and they are feeling that they didn't want even to talk against, or talk about what are doing.
Right.
They want to kind of keep it on the, so to speak. They don't want to hear about it because doing that will upset their, life that they're living on. Not understand or recognizing that the struggle that went on before, that is what made them, what they are today. With how they are living today.
Right.
I'm not concerned about that. It's really something that I'm strong up against.
Mm-hmm.
It is not helping the cause. And I think my advocacy, there's a lot more needs to be done. I think time come really because to look at what's happening with Camilla now.
Yeah. Yes.
So we have to give thanks for times like this.
All right.
But I want to just touch a bit on our justice system and make a comment.
All right. Go ahead. Go ahead. You have the freedom to make your comment.
Right. Thank you.
Mm.
I think that what happened yesterday is something that shows how weak our justice system was. And I'm going to platform I'm putting up Miss McDonald.
Yes.
How she was forthright in her delivery. I'm certain, and you know that too. There are several persons who have corrupted the system based off popular sentiments against the accused.
Right. Mm-hmm.
And that's a society we're living in.
Right.
And I really have to commend her, for really coming out, not allowing, the system to be corrupted more than it has been already.
Right.
She really did a fine job. And, you have to make that stand out in all of this. Otherwise, I'm first because as we come out, I follow social media very regularly.
Yes.
I saw where you personally came on, there a lot of talk. One of the time, even myself was saying, I just want the brother to just hold up. Then I'm not to say, make them alone talk.
No, man, that definitely. I want to thank you so much for calling, and maybe it is a time to review how we feel about our justice system, and certainly I'm happy to hear that persons are appreciating the new president and feel strongly that there is some change coming. Thanks for your call.
I'm blessed and thankful.
All right, take care. Caller, you're tuned into Context Matters.
Hi.
Yes.
So I just have one concern.
All right, can you tell me your name and where you're calling from?
I'm not calling from Canada.
Okay.
Vancouver.
Okay, go ahead. Mm-hmm. Go ahead.
It's very unfair, right?
Mm-hmm.
Hold on. Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes, I'm hearing you. Go ahead.
All right, so the justice system is very unfair. Like they treat people with a lot of injustice. So my thing is this: Vibes Cartel has received his justice finally,
Mm-hmm.
and now comes another concern with his health.
Right.
And I have had people in Jamaica with a lot of problem when they go to seek medical assistance in Jamaica. They don't receive a good treatment. Like they just drain them for the money. So my thing is, I don't think Vibes Cartel would receive a fair treatment in Jamaica if he could get overseas assistance.
Okay, fair enough. That will be a matter for himself and his medical team in terms of the way forward it is with his medicine. But I will say this: once again, looking at the internet randomly this week, there was an artist. like I said, it was in passing, so I don't know if I saw his name, but I heard about it. He came for reggae Sunfest. He said his stomach was hurting him, and then they said he had a puncture in his intestines, and they operated on him. He commended the medical staff at the University Hospital of the West Indies, and there are times when we do get it right. For those of us who can't get on a plane as we would like, just know that the doctors in the Jamaican system, which is an overburdened system that albeit it need fixing, these doctors are overworked and they save many lives. A lot of times we don't hear until they get it wrong here and there. The criticisms are out there. I am in no way suggesting that the health minister is doing a good job, because I don't tell lie, but I'm talking about the individuals who work, the medical treatment coming from the Jamaican doctors. They have it, man. They have it. And worse, if you can pay for it, you can go to the medical associates and you can go to the hospice in Montego Bay, and you get the treatment. So for those who can get up on the helicopters and get to Jackson Memorial Hospital in Florida because they don't have access to taxpayers' money and helicopters and these things, the Jamaican doctors are doing their best. They must just be paid. They must be paid better, and we must have that conversation. I'll just say that. But appreciate you for your concern. It's a real concern, and believe me, when it comes to Mr. Palmer, nothing less but the best.
True, because it's my entertainer. I want to sweet that is it as long as possible.
All right, amen to that.
Thank you.
All right, blessings. Yeah, so all right, there you have it. Keep the calls coming. I see people have many other concerns. We're now saying we move. I like how people are proactive, because we've moved away from incarceration to now health considerations. So health is wealth, and I appreciate that. And that's the thing about freedom, is that when you're not free, you worry about being free. And when you are free, it comes with so much responsibilities. Life is funny. It's kind of like Biggie Small said, the more money we come across, the more problems we see. It's the truest thing ever, because a man who doesn't have $10 say, I wish I had $10. When they get the $10, they want 100, then they want 100,000, and they want 100 million if you're Romain Virgo. And yeah, it's about elevating. So when you're not free, you want to be free, and then suddenly when you're free, all of the things that come with it, you realize that you wanna get better at it. So it's an interesting times, interesting concept. Hello, good day.
Good day, sir. It's a pleasure to hear you in person. Sitting in my office, I get ready for the semester to start in September. I'm in Kansas.
Oh, you're in Kansas. So
Yeah,
wow, you just hit me with some Jamaican a while ago. You run well left wing at Jamaica?
No, sir, I'm in Kansas. He's a college professor.
No, I'm just saying you sound like you leave Jamaica and you now come back and you carry all your knowledge, wisdom, and understanding.
2 years ago, but listen, my research covered Jamaica, I still put Jamaica on paper. So
Okay.
even though other than that paper, we try to keep our work alive.
All right, so we're not chatting you till you do something famous. Then we say, our picnic that.
Oh gosh.
She come from St. Thomas. Anyway, go ahead.
No, St. Catherine.
St. Catherine. All right, let me get you right. All right, go ahead now. Talk to me.
You do. What I saw, Alaric did a thing on you yesterday. What a book, because I see you doing the cases, but your story was fascinating to me.
Mm-hmm.
And I was just like, I want more. I didn't hear your actual story.
Right.
So I'm just like, I'm a social work professor, and I do research on burial children.
Mm-hmm.
And so it was fascinating. We just want to hear some more of how you got, and I was impressed, because I've been an adjunct, and I hear you doing this, you're adjuncting, you're tutoring.
Mm-hmm.
Man, hats off to you for juggling all of this. But when the book will come out, I know you're busy. I want the book so we can read the rest of it.
I need to stop and really get the book going. So
no, this is a movie. Like the little bit when me hear, I'm like, what? And you go back to Jamaica and do that? Like, yo, that's a great feat.
Jamaica is nice, you know. You can be anything you want to be in Jamaica. It's endless amounts of possibilities. Huh?
A perfect example of that. My man never have the money to send me to get evening lesson at school. So I foreign tech before me could I get to anything in college.
But you're a professor now.
Yeah, but a secondary school me graduate from and it take foreign fee an ambition, of course, to get there.
Mm-hmm.
But just to hear your story is amazing. Law school is no feat. I think a PhD is bad, but no, man, law school is a whole other level. Like, and to do what you do, I'm proud of you. And I just wanted to say congratulations. And I can't wait to get the book because the Alaric story that I guess it was an interview you did that came back.
Yes.
I was like, what? I didn't know that side of him totally. And just how you keep the culture and the way you present yourself, you keep your hair. I mean, that speaks volume to our world where we have weak gun and other things.
Yes,
and I just say kudos to you for what you're doing. I hope you got your chicken last night.
Yes, I did. But as a member, you said you did research on barrel kids. You can't send me 2 barrel and put some Gloria evaporated milk in there.
They never knew you come over here ago. The barrel farm, the last barrel farm. Me, I don't want to look like you, man. Barriers, right? I know.
All right, we don't care about barriers. We're breaking barriers. All right, I love that. All right, thank you so much for the call. Yeah, man. Looking forward to it.
Man. Bless up yourself.
All right.
I can't wait for the book, boss.
All right. Thanks so much for calling. Blessings.
Thank you very much. Take care.
All right. Take care. Yeah. So as we continue the conversation, don't mind me, I'm gonna always highlight the concept of the barrel kids is the connection between the diaspora and Jamaica, the realities of independence, the fight for independence. Big up to the people who leave the island to make a better life for the people that they leave behind. So as you are packing your barrels to send them this December, do so with love and care. And always remember, you can't pack barrel without Irish Spring and Gloria evaporated milk. It's not a barrel without it. I don't know what they do with the Gloria evaporated milk, but you get the point. Hello, good day. Yes, repeat that.
Cautious grandson. I'm the one man called the post.
Loxy, how you doing, man?
Yes, man. All of the dead grandparents, I'm proud of them grandkids. Them say your grandfather, exceptionally proud of you, my boy.
All right, blessings, man, blessings.
Yes, man. I'm really exceptionally proud of you too. I am elated for you, Isaac. You are my general.
Yeah, man. I appreciate you. But I want you to give me a comment on what freedom means to you and just how you feel about Emancipation Day, certainly on a day like today.
Emancipation Day is there when we should all look at our atrocities and the overcoming of our atrocities as Black people per se.
Yes.
Today, especially, it's not any other different from yesterday, or is it going to be different from tomorrow?
Mm-hmm.
But I'm feeling really appreciated to know that we as Jamaicans, we can celebrate our freedom.
That is very true. I appreciate that. Yes.
Next thing more on the Lady Labiche.
Yes.
Lady Labiche is Labor Omna Winfit.
Here you come speak Latin to me like you think me can repeat that. Lady but Labiche, you are Labor Ella Bing Sink.
No.
All right, repeat it.
That is our motto from St. Diego.
Oh, that's why I don't know it, because you're not letting your light so shine. Don't say I'm a bad mind. Don't make me start talk about in the school like.
Labor conquers all.
Huh?
It's translated labor conquers all.
Oh, labor conquers all. All right. I got that.
You have Miss LaBeach working so assiduously, boss. She was groomed to do such work.
That is true.
Yes, boss.
She has an amazing story. But she will be able to speak and speak on our story. And I don't know how much she pay you to come and big her up today, but I know she watching. That's why I'm doing that. Yeah.
I'm an original Spanish town person. I know her whole family. If you're not Labish and you don't go to St. Jacob, they look at you differently.
Wow.
She tells all our family as St. Jacob people.
No, you see it? Talk up our business, man. Talk up Lexi business for we. Alessandra, our whole family go St. Jago. All right. All right, got you.
We are Spanish town people. You know, and if you don't go to St. Jago when you come from Spanish town, you don't go in the school. So all them people who got St. Catherine and things to them.
You see, I want the people them from St. Catherine I hold you and beat you. But see somebody say, all right, let me stop before them say I'm being like Trump and inciting. I can't manage. But big up yourself, Loxley. I see other people calling, so I want to give them an opportunity. All right?
Big up yourself.
All right, blessings. I see them bigging you up in the chat as well. Blessings. All right. Yeah, man. Yeah, man, keep the calls coming. Ms. Labish, you have a fan if you're there and listening. Yeah, man. Interesting. But notice I had said freedom versus free smart. It's a play on words, but when you get free, don't be dumb with it because you may very well lose it. Hello? I'm great, talk to me. You are?
I'm sorry?
Can you tell me your name and where you're calling from?
Oh, Michelle from Florida.
Oh, talk to me, Michelle from Florida.
I just wanted to know, after Carter take care of his health, do you think that he would get involved with any organizations? I know you were part of the Freedom thing. Do you think that he will do something or start something for like kids in his community? Something like that?
Yeah, man. I'm sure that he will. I don't know what he will call his foundation and what he will do. He may start the Menace to Society verse 2 foundation. I don't know. But he will. I'm sure that he will be doing something. That's a good question. I'll certainly put it to him and say Michelle from Florida wants to know what are you gonna do to give back to your community.
Not to give back because he's been incarcerated for so long. From his experience, he can kind of teach the kids.
Right.
Go down this road because the justice system is. We see how it is. So just to educate them, really.
And ironically, that's the first statement he made yesterday to the reporters, telling them, try to avoid it because, you don't really, prison is not a place to be. As Jack Ure said, prison are a better rows. worse if it's Jamaican prisons. But I want before you go though, what does freedom mean to you?
It means to be free.
It means to be free. All right, Michelle, all right, I will leave it right there. No problem. Thanks so much for the call. Yeah. It means to be free. I love that one. Like, duh, what you asking me? But sometimes we do take for granted the significance of freedom. Or the significance of being free. Let's separate the words by saying freedom, D-U-M-B, because a lot of times, imagine how dumb and stupid you are to lose your to lose freeness. Hello, good day.
Good day, Mr. Buchanan. How are you?
I'm great. Can you tell me who you are and where you're calling from?
All right, my name is Tammy, and I'm calling from St. Catherine.
All right, talk to me. Did you go to St. Jago, Tammy?
No.
Okay, okay. I just wanted to know because Loxley was behaving like St. Jago was the only school in St. Catherine that had any substance. But go ahead, talk to me.
Well, I was watching and I heard him, but I must say before I answer your question on the topic today, I must say I have been watching your work throughout the case with Mr. Farmer. That's right, and I must say that you have been doing an excellent job. And congrats on your win, and it's well deserved. And also, I wish I was as brave as you to fight for my right because I was recently wrongfully fired from my job and I'm doing my rights. So you gave me the power and you gave me the power and inspiration to fight for my rights once more. So I must tell you, thanks for being my inspiration and thanks for showing me that I too have a voice. And congrats again.
All right. I want to thank you so much. And I must say to you, sometimes when they take you up and usher you out of your job, is God talking to you and tell you that you might find your calling and your destiny somewhere else. So sometimes when things look like it's the worst, we must be celebrated. But if them owe you, them for pay you. And the first place that you're supposed to go is to down to the labor ministry to ensure that however they fire you wasn't a wrongful dismissal, and that any compensation, including the severance package that you were supposed to get, that you do get it. Because sometimes people in the HR department behave like it's their mother and father own the business, especially if it's government business. I have to pull up them socks. But that's a off the air conversation, and I'm just saying, I hear in your voice the how hurt you are about the method and way that you were fired, and to ensure that these processes doesn't diminish your human dignity. The way that you are feeling sometimes can identify breaches of your constitutional rights to which you ought to be compensated for. So we will talk on that. Certainly, you have the number. You may can send me a WhatsApp, and we think about how to um, make you feel better about your circumstances. All right.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you so much. So about the question that you asked, what freedom means to me. Basically,
Yes.
it's the ability to remain free in all areas, in all parts of your life, like mentally, emotionally, physically, and the other one I can't say because of it. But differently, it's just the right to come out and be yourself. You don't have to impress anybody. You don't have to impress others. No, you're just being yourself. You're being naturally and authentically you.
Right.
Without any restraints nor anything. And the thing is, as you said, me losing my job, that's just, God speaking to me. Because when I was at that job, I felt like I was in bondage. I know that I am free. My mental state is clear. My emotional state is clear. And now I am working in my purpose as a special educator. So, I have been getting jobs from here and there. And just yesterday, my auntie called me and said, I have one vacancy in my school for like a special education teacher. Now, look at that. Look at that. And I'm just free. It's freedom and I'm emancipated because when I was at my former job, I was, at the principal's beck and call. I was acting like her slave. So, well, she treated me like her slave.
Right.
Because I wanted to keep the job. I said, what, let me just do what I have to do. So that is just where I went wrong. I know if you don't know emancipation, I'm emancipated. I can do what I want. I have people that respect me, and I can be myself. I can even talk to my new colleague and say, yo, what going? I can speak. Do not talk to be myself. I'm not bounded. So to me, freedom means you're being authentically you. And emancipated means that you're emancipated from all the negativity of life.
All right.
There
you have it.
Finally, you're finally able to speak up for yourself, fight for yourself, and for once, you're finally able to understand that the word no is also an answer. You can't keep on saying yes. People can't continue to say, I'm hearing yes. No, N-O is a big answer as well. And if they don't want to accept it, their business. But N-O, no.
There you go.
I will not do this. I will not accept this. You have no right to do that to me. Yes, N-O. That
sounds to me like body autonomy. No means no. Sexual autonomy. When a woman says no, she means no. It's not an invitation to do anything. And autonomy meaning, you know, the authority over yourself. I love how you empower yourself by saying no. I appreciate you. I thank you so much for calling. And as I say, you have the number, so it may be an offline conversation, and we may take it up another time. All right.
Thank you. And I must say, I'm one of your biggest fans, biggest one, I swear to God, biggest.
All right.
But talking to my colleagues, and they're like, I said, look, and I'm like, hello, you didn't know about D? I said, look, and
Wow.
that's what I said. That's what I
Yes.
said. You really don't know. He's like one of the biggest, baddest lawyer in Jamaica. He is representing Mr. Abidja Palmer, aka Best Martel, on the defense side. Come on, you don't know that I'm a teacher? Shame on you.
Well, that's it go. We learn every day, and that's what the context is about. So, loving that. Somebody said no is a complete sentence, and I don't know why I saw it, but Kush Pro says I thought it's going to get enough side gal and in pocket better can pay for it. So he's been a pimp on YouTube, but I don't know all the comments I've seen that, but that's it. Thanks so much for calling, yeah, and enjoy the rest of your holiday. Yeah, blessings. All right. Yes. So as the calls come in, I just the thing about it, what a consideration of breaking down the word. Free certainly, especially when it comes to not spending your money and getting it free. Free is nice, but free falling, being free to be flexible, being free to move about, being free is a form of liberation. It must come with financial, physical, emotional, spiritual, internal, and external experiences of freeness. Even the ability to say no and be strong and empowered to do it without worrying about the effects of it is an important factor. But in thinking of that, it's good to know that. Good day, caller.
Yes, good day. Good evening to you, Isaac,
Yes.
and to your viewers. Congratulations on your win. You know, I have an issue that I want you to put out there to the public from it, Isaac. I don't know if you can hear.
I'm hearing you. Go ahead.
Okay. You see, Isaac, when you go to Jamaica, every beach you have to pay going on. You can have to pay going on, you have to pay before. And everywhere in the world, you don't have to, right?
Yes.
So the people have now left to go swim with the shark and the alligator. And then when you got Montego Bay now, how embarrassing it is. You have so many beaches along that strip. And the government of Jamaica give the people them one little cubicle. Isaac have to pay going there. And then it 30 car and 40 car in there. And about 100 people in the water. The beach close after the people for the day. While they are look on go down the shoreline, everybody have beach access, only tourists. So Jamaican people live. And them can't even go get a wash out.
Mm.
And these people are addressing constitution, and that's something they should address, should put in place, should change now.
But there are several attorneys and several organizations that are currently fighting about beach access. There was the Bob Marley Beach debacle and many other things when it comes to it. But for this particular program, we're talking about what freedom means to you. I'm going to interpret it as you saying you don't have the freedom to access beach, so there's some restriction on the freedom. Trying to put it in context because that would be a whole nother show that we have heard you, and just what do you want to come from that, from what you just said?
I would just like the people of Jamaica to realize their rights. And today should have the right to the free and whatever that you're entitled to. You should not be denied that access.
All right, very well. I definitely will have a conversation about that. But you heard it, the importance or the need to be able to access the beaches and the freedom to use the beaches by being a citizen of Jamaica, and you don't want to be denied access. We have heard you, and that's an issue that should be taken up and addressed. Thank you so much for calling. All right, blessings. Hello, good day.
Good day, Sir Isaac.
Yes,
Is that you?
that's me.
Firstly, congratulations on your monumental feat. No, and I know you say it's not yours alone, but
Yes.
brother, yeah, you need to get your flowers because I'm telling you, so many Jamaicans weren't even aware that they had a constitutional right before you brought it up.
Yes.
So knowledge is key. Secondly, what does freedom mean to me?
Yes.
Self-governance, the ability to
Wait, stop. You're giving me some good points. Let's take it one step at a time. Self-governance.
Self-governance.
Yes.
Autonomy. And that might look different for men than it does for women. But for Afro-Caribbean women, you know, autonomy over my body.
Autonomy over your body. Yes.
That's right, for my body, period. End of story. But in my Jamaican culture, you know, that don't go over tonight because some man feel like that. You know, if them don't own a body, then them are now real man. You know, them anyway. I don't want to get too deep into that.
No, man, I love this. I love what you are saying because freedom and someone like to say freedom, DUMB. You have identified right where I'm trying to go in starting the conversation. Freedom for the black man is different from freedom from the black woman. Freedom for a black woman is a different experience for a white woman, a Chinese woman. The dynamics of freedom is so different because we are restricted by governance. So continue because you are developing the point where even if we don't address them, is a takeaway. Continue.
Yeah. And then the right to self-determination.
Yes.
I don't know if I mentioned that. If I want to be, you know, some people might feel as though, you know, if you're not a distinguished lawyer that goes to the bar, then you're not fully human. Is that the word I'm looking for?
No, you're fully human. Yes. Take it from me. You're hitting the points.
Do you understand what I'm saying?
100%, and I can tell you, it is the most ridiculous, ludicrous thing I've ever heard.
Listen to me.
Mm-hmm.
I've done this. I'm a social worker in New York City. I deal with systemic racism, misogyny, and you got to kind of know. You got to play with the cards that are dealt to you. And so, yeah, I would like for all people of color, all people to have the right. And I think yesterday that verdict couldn't have came down on a better day than yesterday.
Very poetic justice.
It has made me feel, Sir Isaac, that's what I'm calling Sir Isaac, it has made me feel as though someplace in this world, someone's trying to do the right thing. That Innocence Project, Barry Sheck, for those at University in New York. Listen, that is so many people. Five cartels, yes. They kept him in there for 13 years. And he had money. Can you imagine the brother with don't have no money? There are people in Jamaica now that I know are in there for a split pill, and these have been legalized. All of them are transported from Canada. I feel like there should be restitution for those young men that face these charges or women. When for us it was a survival thing.
Right.
And that's so Now, and then the last point I will make, sir. So me have a friend of mine wonder when the concert is and when you have to print up them the tickets there.
All right. Well made, drag.
I'm from Kentucky, I promise.
All right. You're trying to bribe me with KFC for free tickets. I heard you. All right, the Bandula one. All right, right. You have the freedom to do that. All right, thank you so much. Yes. All right. Blessings. Thank you so much for calling and hope to continue the conversation at another time with what you're saying.
I will as much as I can because it really sparked a fire that you don't even understand. I see a little girl the other day said, wait a minute, Constitution. They're not teach with that in our school. And it's true.
Mm-hmm.
That should be taught like you should know your Constitution.
We get in there. Something I'm glad you raised because 4 years ago, on the 31st of August, one day before the Emancipation Day, the Supreme Court of Jamaica delivered a judgment in the Virgo case, ZV Virgo, that's the dreadlocks case about license Junja, and they said the little child had no rights and the father had no standing. And we had to wake up on Emancipation Day knowing that there was discrimination for a black family with Afro identity. And it's poetic to know that the court has given the greatest example. 2 weeks ago, this very same court, when the outgoing president, Justice Brooks, he spoke about freedom of expression, and he said the child had those rights and equitable treatment. Exactly. And those 2 rights are so significant because they're the start. The hallmark of freedom is the ability to express yourself. The hallmark of freedom is not to be treated by state actors with disdain and inhumane treatment. Equitable treatment is important. So the court is, listen, justice has moved so far ahead. Oh my God, man. I could cry to think about that. And I'm just happy that I was able to contribute. I know that there are younger people than me who appreciate the Constitution and know that we have to have respect and love for each other. And that's what freedom is. That's what FREESMART is. But we dumb and our phones and our TVs are smarter than us. But we definitely will talk. All right. So we'll talk, all right? Because I gotta take another call. Take care. Yes. Hello, good day. I'm here now. Talk to me. All right, my respects. You're calling. What does freedom mean to you, or what do you have to say? You're on Context Matters right now. Hello? Okay. Hello, good day. Yes. Yes.
Oh, your program is over?
No, my program is on. You're live.
Oh, well, I just called to congratulate you on your amazing accomplishment.
Yes.
Enough respect, man.
All right. Appreciate you, man. Thank you so much.
All right.
All right. Take care. Right. So we have 5 minutes left. So what I will do is let me take this final call. Hello, good day. I'm great, you're tuned into Context Matters. Where are you calling from and what's your name?
I am called the Jamaica Hot Topic. How are you doing?
Oh, Hot Topics. What go on, man? Hot Topics where fire about me for a couple months now. I want to book you in a road. Ajo, go on. Go ahead. What go on?
Why I said big up yourself, I'm not fire about you, man. Big up yourself. I said, let me say this. I have to give you a rose in the general champagne because everybody at you. I said, let me tell you, so what you've done.
Yes.
You've inspired many people, including myself. I have to let you know that you've inspired a lot of people. Let me tell you why. You see, when there's a status quo in judiciary among the Jamaica Bar Association and the lawyers, you have to be in the creme de la creme, you know, to be a part of them. And, you know, knowing your circumstance and seeing where you've come from and what you've been able to do, believe in my brother that this is a really inspirational moment to many people. May I tell you that in Isa? Maybe you don't even realize. I mean, people call me, you know, I was doing a program and talking about it the other day, and even people from Kenya called the program at you know.
Right.
I mean, I'm making you know say what you done, my brother, man. Jamaica love you. You have few haters, you know. You understand? Especially the labor right them. I don't know. Cartel come out. But we're not feeling an argument with them. But all I'm saying to you, I appreciate you. Jamaica appreciate you. And well done, my brother. I'm really proud of it. You understand? And the jailers them, in the jail, all of them love and rate and appreciate you. If you ever hear the conversations where I come out the road, them love and appreciate you. Because you give some of them a symbol of hope. You understand what I mean? You give them a symbol of hope.
All right. Appreciate you. Anyway, my buck your road. Nothing say call lawyer business. Make sure you can fight Mr. Hot Topics. Remember, all I joke. Big up yourself, man. Take care.
You know, easier. But before I go, freedom means to me getting rid of Devon and Chevron. That is what freedom means to me. All right.
Wow. All right. When you hear that, take care. Take care. we gonna have to try to decipher that. Freedom means getting rid of Devon and Chevron. All right, so because I need to properly close the show, we're 3 minutes before the show is closed. I want to thank everybody who is tuned in at Reggae Global Radio and the Global TV network, as well as big up people who rewatch on Coda Network. I want to big up everybody who tunes in religiously on the YouTube channel and trolls me about my disappointing Starlink, because the weather is bad in Jamaica, but we don't feel no way. And also TikTok, who has been tapping up the screen. Big up Well-Made Boss, who sent me 100 money gun and so I can really go down Carnation Market and buy my steam fish now, because I get some big gifts. You know what I say? And things. I'm not even going to repeat that. How you name Devon? How you come to be Devon? But let me leave that one alone. I'm going to mix up bad, you know. But anyway, yeah, and this thing about yesterday's price is not today's price. When you see this face, just know price gone up. Anyway, anyway, you guys are hilarious. I appreciate all the love, and we have a lot of work to do to put things in context. There's so much to learn, so much opportunities to grow, but I can tell you that there is hope in terms of the importance of making sure that the citizens of Jamaica feel like they're human beings, starting to live like kings and queens, and appreciating when we increase the level of love, it will decrease crime, because when you have love in you, you won't do harm no matter what it is. Material, silver and gold will vanish away, but a good Jamaican will never decay. That's why we have 90-day fiance. I'm rhyming, get it? But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching, and we will continue the discussions. I'm hoping as the judgment comes out that I'll have the legal team to talk about it, and as well as, you know, some interesting guests and stuff like that, and so many things to happen. But believe me, I did this program today following a hectic day, and I'm just happy that it turned out the way that it did, and to witness the human beings, the citizens of Jamaica that last 13 years walk out of prison, knowing that post-traumatic stress disorder is a real thing, knowing that it's going to be, it's not easy to ever make up back. You'll never make up back last time. Believe me, I could testify about that, but it's not about me. And just knowing that you have to try to act normal as ever, but many nights your eyes will close and you will feel the effects and scars of what they took away from you. I'm going to leave it at that to say that pray for your brothers and sisters. But more than anything, if you never believe, just know that God is out there. And God shows that in his time, nobody can stop what he has for his sons and daughters. I love you all. Thank you guys for tuning in. And I will see you guys definitely next week.
It took some time to understand, just what it takes to be a man. Now it seems each day you learn something to make a better way. Growing up ain't just a phase, it's reality. And sometimes it's hard to face the world with your head screwed on. But in time you will see, it comes naturally, like the hurt and the pain. It's a part of the game. It's all a part of life, to laugh and to cry. That's right, it's all in life. Gotta keep your head up and keep it stride. No time for living a lie. Gotta keep it moving till you get it right. That's right, it's all in life. Gotta keep your head up and keep it stride. No time to be living a lie. You can make it if you try. No, I heard them say life much better you live it your own way. But if you need a helping hand, just call on me, I will be your friend. And when it gets hard to face the world with your head screwed on, just tell yourself you can. And that's when you'll understand that the hurt and the pain, it's a part of the game. It's all a part of life, to laugh and to cry. That's right, it's all in life. Gotta keep your head up and keep your stride. No time for living a lie. Gotta keep it moving till you get it right. That's right, it's all in life. Gotta keep your head up and keep your stride. No time to be living a lie. You can make it if you try. You gotta keep on moving on. Don't let no one stand in your way. Gotta keep on pressing on. As we pray for better days, keep it moving. Moving to the next. When they try to bring you down, we gotta take it to the next level when they come around. That's right, it's all in life. Gotta keep your head up and keep your stride. No time for living a lie. Gotta keep it moving till you get it right. That's right, it's all in life. Gotta keep your head up and keep your stride. No time to be living a lie. You can make it if you try. Just keep your head up, yeah. Just keep your head up, yeah. Gotta keep your head up, yeah. Cause everything's gonna be alright. Keep your head up. Keep your head up. Keep your head up. Cause everything's gonna be alright.